Good evening, folks. This is again Tony Montana with another video. And in this time, we're going to cover Elite Dog. What is that? Is that a new term somebody was, the cheapo jokers is trying to, implement? What's an elite dog? It's basically an ace dog. That is the right terminology. An ace dog is the elite dog. And as you probably know, if you're versed in the American Pitbull Terrier, you get them. It's not like a formula to get aces. And as far as I know, Cheapo Jokers doesn't breed aces. He breeds kinder and gentler dogs. Not my words. That's Terrence Crawford words saying that's what Chico Lopez told him. That he's breeding intentionally for kinder and gentler dogs, meaning a cold dog. Because obviously the breed is kind and gentle to people. That's the part of the standard, right? So what's an elite dog? An ace dog. An ace dog that, can come from anywhere. Come from, a parent or parents that are not above average. For example, Pit General. Pit General, we can all agree, all the tales about this dog back in the day, everybody that saw him, everybody says he was the best they ever saw. So, we consider that an ace. What Chico is trying to coin as an elite dog. And obviously, why is he trying to change the word? Because now he's saying it's not about the dog. It's not about the dog. It's the man behind the dog that's important. The dog, and kind of saying that he can make an elite dog out of any dog. And, you cannot. As I was telling someone in, hi, meow. Yeah. As I was telling somebody in Instagram, you can hope to have, and you can breed best to best, good working dog with good working dog, but it doesn't guarantee you get great dogs. It doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get better dogs than what they were. And again, I go point out again to Pit General that came from dogs, or at least one of them that quit. So you can get that. There's no formula for it. You could only hope through good breeding to get above average dogs. So, what's an elite dog? It's just silliness in a box. Him trying to portray that he has the magic formula, but in fact, the magic formula doesn't work because people that do have his dogs and know and have had experience with the American Pitbull Terrier, different bloodlines, recognize that these dogs that he's breeding are trash. So we know, and who is he trying to sell to? People that are new to the dogs, people that are, just find them in Google, So he's trying to confuse you people that are new to the dogs. But if you look for the term ace pit dog, or ace Pitbull Terrier, you're going to get a normal historical definition of what that dog or what that term means. So this person is just trying to confuse you. They're trying to make you think that. Sorry about that. But also, it's trying to say that, if look at that. Yep, look at that. Sorry. But he's trying to say that, it really doesn't, the dogs don't matter. It's the person behind the dog that actually does make an elite dog, which is silly. And again, I'm going to mention again, there is no bloodline, there is no family of dogs that is considered an ace family of dogs. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and again, when you do have an ace, I don't recall other dogs that were considered ace level. I don't recall that them breeding their kind. That ace does not carry forward because it's so unusual. As far as I know, it's not one of it. You're lucky if you get one of those dogs that are so special, so great, so strong, so quick. So many things. Above beyond what you expect in a dog, and he makes everything look easy, like he's on naturally on steroids. That's what an ace dog is, and what this stooge is trying to change the word to an elite. Because, people like that word. I like to be elite. I like to have an elite dog. And it's really, it's the dog has the genetics. It is in the genetics to be great or to be mediocre. If Mike Tyson would never have been a boxer, he would have been a great fighter anyway. Just not professional, just not a champion, but he would have been a hell of a freaking fighter in the streets. He probably would have found himself into bare knuckle fighting or something like that, because he had it. It's in his nature. What changed here? So someone asked me, so the man behind the dog doesn't matter? Sure, it does matter, but it doesn't matter okay. Imagine a dog is a story. So the breeder is the dots, the dotting and the dotting the I's and crossing the T's type of thing. Okay, that the breeder, or the handler or the conditioner or the person that grazing the dog, all they can do is just fine tune what's already there. You can't make cake out of. You can't make cake out of dough. You can't make out of mud. You can't make a cake out of mud because it's impossible. You can't eat it. So you have to have the right ingredients in that animal and see that. Like Cus DiMaggio saw Mike Tyson's innate natural ability, and he already from the get-go said, oh, this guy is going to be a champion, before he really trained him. As a child, as a 12-year-old, he was already recognized that he has those abilities. And what did Cus DiMaggio do? He fine-tuned those qualities, and that is, if I had to give a percentage, I would say that 80% is the dog, 20% is the man behind the dog. Simple as that. And obviously, if the man behind the dogs, it's really good at doing, using drugs for the dog. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit more the owner than the dog. But then again, at that point, you're not seeing the dog. The dog is not being presented naturally. It's being enhanced. Better recuperation, blah blah blah. Very, more strength, more endurance. So many things. And if you don't see the right dog, if you don't see the and this again, I don't do this. I'm not forcing this to happen. This is all natural behavior. Because I'm just mentioning it because this guy called me again, said that I had sex with my dogs. Come on now, is this some sort of living conditions that you think I'm having sex with my dogs? Again, why would he say something like that if he's not just already perverted? It's only a sick-minded person would come out with that type of out of the blue. So I do consider him a really nasty person, and that a sick person. But again, you guys can see, because again, I'm just kind of reacting to what he mentioned, that I made the dogs have sex, because he mentioned that again in his video. I'm not sure if he did it in English, but he certainly did it in Spanish. All this behavior, all natural. The female doing that to the male doing it. It's all playful, a little domineering, but it's all natural. And I consider myself an expert, a professional in this dog psychology. But again, I'm not going to say I'm like a Cesar Milan or other, top rank trainers. But if I'm comparing myself to the regular public, I'm a professional in dog psychology. Okay? And what this happens here, people say, oh, you're ruining the dog. You're ruining the spirit of the dog, the warrior spirit. And it's just silliness. That people think that is silliness. Because again, the dog only sees this as a family environment. The group. This is the pack. And the dogs recognize each other as dogs that are, in the pack. And what happens is that people say, oh, but a lot of times there's fights. You could grow up together and then, have fights. Well, that happens because the human alpha wasn't responding, wasn't doing its duty. What he or she should be doing, which is stepping in, showing what's okay and what's not okay to do. The way I actually do it now, I'm very alert especially among the males, especially they like older dogs have more patience than the younger dogs. This is just, it's always like that. The older dogs learn to have more patience. Obviously, when the male gets a little frustrated or angry, he'll be bobbing and weaving while he's real, trying to bite him for real. But then I quickly stop it, and he's learning. The little one here is learning, and look at his freaking scars. But don't think I'm fighting the dog. It's just regular scars. And as he gets older, he's going to get more scars. So it doesn't mean that I'm fighting the dogs. It's just playful fighting. So you guys, come here, Papito. Fire gun. You see that? These probably won't go away ever. And he probably has some more around here. But like I said, this is no fighting dog. He's a puppy. He's only 7 months now. So don't be silly if you think I'm fighting dogs, or when he gets older, he has more white spots. You're like, oh my God, he got white spots. He must be a dog fighter. There's a lot of reasons for it, especially if you have a lot of dogs or multiple dogs. You definitely, these dogs get scarred up because they play with their teeth, they play with their nails, and they're rough. I can show you. I won't show you my legs, but I have scars all over my legs from them. I'm not fighting the dogs. It's just what it is. It's just part of the life, part of living with a couple of dogs. But anyway, what's an elite dog? An ace dog. And you cannot have a bloodline full of ace dogs. Otherwise, you lose the purpose of that word. It's the cream of the crop, the cherry on top. And there could only be a cherry once in a while, and that's what I'm talking about. So this, people that listen to this video, especially that have followed Chico Lopez, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to challenge me, not just about this, but about Chico Lopez. If you feel so strongly about him, I encourage you. I will respond to you. I'm very happy to do that, because I feel strongly that my facts and my logic will help you see the truth. He is just smoke and mirrors, man. He's just doing different things for just get money. Simple as that. Bottom line for him is money. That's the reason why he's with these dogs. Simple as that. Bottom line, which makes me wonder why we never see old dogs. I know that he doesn't like dogs. I know he only likes his dogs, and really what he means is when he likes his dogs while they're making him money, while they're making him giving him fame. But what happens to dogs? What happens when they get a certain age? He must, he should have a ton of old dogs right now. He's how many years? He says almost 30 years in the dogs. So he should have a ton of old dogs. Think about that. Where are those old dogs? You know, I would say, you know, if you could think about what some of these creeps, some of these nasty people do to when their dogs don't make the money anymore. Bye bye, Charlie. You know, and I don't mean the nice way. You know, I'm glad, I'm happy that I saved, at least I saved some dogs, even though it cost me money. This guy wanted me to, you know, kill my dog. So I don't think so. You know, just because he was cold and he was embarrassed, obviously, you don't ever hear him talk about the losses he did in Peru or Argentina or anywhere in Spain. You know, in different countries, you don't hear it. In Mexico, you don't hear anything about that. You don't hear about the dogs that lost. He wants you to believe that he wins more than he loses. And mind you, I do give him this. I give him credit that he is great at pumping drugs into the dogs so that they can act, you know, furiously and stronger and whatnot. I definitely know that, but I also know that many dogs die while he was learning on the go. How many dogs die between his hands because he was learning how to use all these drugs, how to combine them, he would probably do, let me try this here, and which would cause so many of the dogs become lethargic and die. How many? But yet, you people that still believe in this guy don't want to see this. You know, he wants to paint it like he's a nice guy, but he's a psychopath. But anyway, that's my opinion. And I know him. But anyway, this is Tony Montana. Until next time.